I'm having to sit back and take a breath right now because what I have just seen in just this 1 minute and 20 something seconds is all the criticisms and all the things that we've talked about critiquing with Friday the 13th. This game is coming in. It has me excited. It looks like The Last of Us. Look at this animation. We're playing this multiplayer. 3 killers, 4 survivors. This looks very cinematic. It looks like everything is mocapped, so it's all gonna play out like The Last of Us, because The Last of Us, all their animations were mocapped. It looks like that Sumo Nottingham is, and if you guys have played The Last of Us Part 2, when you're fighting and meleeing and all that stuff like that, it feels very brutal. They're doing it. This is what this game looks and feels like just from watching it. And that's exciting. This is going to feel darker, more atmospheric. It's that horror game. It looks to be pushing more towards that player being really inside of their own horror film and not having it feel like a video game, but more like you get to play with your friends inside of this experience. This looks absolutely amazing. It looks like you could see instantly that Gunn has learned so much from doing Friday the 13th, and this is definitely taking these kinds of video games into the next step from what we have been just talking about for the last 5 years. And they're coming through. It doesn't look arcadey like Dead by Daylight and some of these other games that have come out. It looks cinematic. Now, I can sugarcoat this all day, but let's just dig in and take a look at this right from the beginning, and let's see what we see together. Okay, so immediately we see a butt crawling through the car, and you see the sunflowers immediately in the background. That is really cool. This game looks really good. So I wonder if the killer can pull you back through the car if he's like close enough to you in this gameplay situation, or does he have to now go around the car to get to you? This is an amazing thing that you can kind of just get through the car. It's a very panicked, tense state. Okay, so look at this attack right here. This reminds me of The Last of Us. It's like when Ellie gets up on a person and starts slashing them with her knife, if you've seen it. That's why I'm saying that, like, this is going to feel very cinematic. It looks like they've gotten rid of the stale kind of animations from Friday the 13th, and now everything is going to be mocapped and moving in a very natural way, even when it comes down to attacking. We got a really nice shot of the house. You guys, look at this. We're going to be running around in the dark, remember, sunset and then pure daylight, and this looks amazing. Okay, so now it looks like we have the cook right here putting a lock on the door. So just speaking a little bit into the gameplay, it looks like this game is going to be very, very slow paced with high bits of octane here and there for the chases, with the cook locking doors and the other two roaming around the map. It is going to be a very slow pace getting to that exit. But it looks like that you do finish the match by running down the driveway, for example, in the family map. So it's about really blocking the survivors. There's only 4 of them, but it is going to be about that race from the tunnels to the top through the house, probably getting some other objectives done that we don't know about, and then getting ultimately down the driveway. Escaping might be the main shebang. Remember, each killer is going to have their own abilities. So the cook actually is the probably the weaker one out of the group. Possibly. I don't know how the health bars are going to work in this. But dude, he goes around and sets the house up. Right? Whereas the hitchhiker and Leatherface, they're more of the aggressors. They're going out and directly looking around, while the cook is sneaking around, setting the house up and locking things up. The vibe, the feeling. Okay, at first right here, I thought it was a dead body in a freezer, but I think the person is actually just hiding in there, because then it shows Leatherface pulling them out. So then what happens there? Do they just start running? Does he get a hit on them? Can he just immediately kill them? what happens after he pulls them out of that little spot right there. Here we have a really good look at the model for Drayton the cook. Holy crap, you guys, he looks really good. Now, if you notice up here on the top right, there is a light blinking. So I don't know what's going on with the electricity right there with the lights blinking around, but that's going to be crazy. The game looks good. Look at the inside of the house. We're getting a lot of good shots here, you guys, of the interior of the house. Looks like you can hide in closets, or either that or they're just searching. I don't know if they're checking a hiding place here or just searching it out. This is the next big thing. Look at, okay, again, like I spoke of The Last of Us. Look how he's going through the fence right here. Of course, these are going to be places where Leatherface is not going to be able to traverse. Maybe the cook can also traverse because he's not that big. But there he goes. That is Nubbins, the hitchhiker, going through the fence. It, again, all the movement and the camera angles and everything really reminds me, and the detail really reminds me of The Last of Us. You guys, I can't believe we are getting an asymmetrical horror game that is up to the quality of The Last of Us in the way that it's going to look and play inside of one of these experiences, these horror slasher genre especially, and to have it all be happening within the Texas Chainsaw franchise, I think this is going to be fantastic. Okay, so there we're turning off a lamp to make it even darker. So again, how is this going to work, you guys? Because I'm going to be honest, even in this shot with her and the lamp off, I guess maybe it would be darker without all the other lights on, but like I could still see her if she sat really perfectly still. But again, are people going to try to turn up their gamma to see? Because right there, I mean, maybe if all those other lights were off, I don't know how the ray tracing is going to work, because then it says this game is coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One, so they're taking the time to port the game over because they see how many people are wanting to get on the older system. So those folks are going to be happy. But again, how is the lighting all going to work together for the next gen and the old gen systems so that people can actually be hiding in the dark? There's a shot of the tunnel system. Look at this animation, you guys. Look at this. She's either injured or she just stumbled right there. And it's a very cinematic, that looks really good how she's looking back. And we got the cook kind of running at you. Now, it would be kind of silly to see the cook just running at you with a blade like that out in the middle of nowhere. He just comes up. Ah! But maybe the way they have all the music and the way that his voice lines carry out when he's chasing you, that makes it. That'll put in the creep factor. Next, we have a cool shot. A shot of the sliding door, you guys. It's in there. Look at this. The survivors are sliding it open. Leatherface on the other side. Now, of course, this right here is probably staged, but who knows? It probably happens more times than you know. Again, the lighting. Leatherface behind the door looks great. Leatherface chasing you in this game looks like it is a tense heart attack moment. Here we got Leland going down the stairs. He's going to be a fun one. It's going to be like playing Kirk, and actually getting to play Kirk into other parts of the house where he just didn't walk through the front door and get murdered immediately is going to be a fun thing. I like the paint and everything kind of falling off the wall. The place looks old. And then it gets down to the bottom and the cook is beating the crap out of him. Whoever plays the cook in this game, look at these movements. It looks good. It looks exactly how the cook would be doing it. He's beating him. Is he beating him with the friggin' broomstick? And he conks him on the head, knocks him the fuck out. Now here it is, you guys. Is he dead? Some of you are watching this and going, oh, they're killing everybody. But is the cook actually killing him in this moment? Or is he just knocking him out and then going to drag him somewhere? See, does Leatherface have to still finish Leland off? We don't know. What is it? Because we've already seen Leatherface just straight up killing somebody. Is the cook just knocking him out right here to give to Leatherface? Maybe the cook can't kill, but the hitchhiker and Leatherface can. We don't know that yet, though. Here's another shot of the trap door. I don't know if this is on the other side or if this might be another trap door in another map. Now, what are they doing right here? Is this just an objective? Because if you see, he cuts that on. Might be different objectives for different maps. I don't know if they have to cut this kind of a fuse box on in every map. Maybe it's something they're doing in the tunnels, and this is kind of limited to the tunnels. In order to get out of the tunnels, they got to find these things, put it in a box, flip the switch, then they get out into the bigger part of the house, maybe. I don't know. We got Leatherface over here slashing through a door, so I don't know if this is a door that the survivors have shut on and locked on them. And Leatherface is just slicing through it. Could be possible that Leatherface can slice through doors that have been locked by the cook. I don't know, but it looks like right here maybe some survivors closed the door, and I don't know if he can just choose to open it or if it's maybe locked and he's just slicing through it because he's doing what he's got to do. We have a shot of Grandpa up here just rocking in his chair. I wonder if he plays a significant role. He has a hammer in his hand. Grandpa might be an environmental kill for Leatherface or whoever. It could be the cook could drag somebody up here. See, we still don't, we're looking at gameplay, but we don't know exactly still 100% how this all works. He could be an environmental kill. You just don't know. We have Connie over here playing the Sally kind of role and jumping out of the window. You could see all the bones and the skin and the crap in there in that room, and then all the newspaper and whatever else that's on the floor with the feathers and the stuff. So she jumps out of the window. I wonder if she gets a little injured here or if she's fine, but holy shit, this is cool that this moment is in here. So you can actually get above ground, and if a killer's chasing you, you're gonna have to jump out the window. You might get injured, but look at this. Look how she's running injured, right? So you're gonna have these moments where you jump out of the windows and get injured, and then boom, you have the killer coming after you. Holy shit. And this, look at this, the way this looks. Absolutely beautiful. Now imagine this at nighttime. Imagine this nighttime with a storm going. So it looks to be that with the killer and survivor, that they are both in third person, a very over-the-shoulder cinematic camera. It looks like it's going to be a cinematic, atmospheric horror film experience for both the killers chasing down the survivors and the survivors just having that overwhelming suspense. And it looks like from just the way that they have this all set up with the graphics and the gameplay, even though we've only seen brief bits of the gameplay, you can just tell that it's infused with the experience in mind. I guess the only thing you'd really have to worry about is peeking and stuff like that, but even still though, the way the camera is placed, it might not even be that big of a deal. People peeking cameras around corners and stuff just to check, because the maps are designed in such a way that you might need that help, that little bit of help, just to either find survivors, because if the killers can do it, the survivors can do it. So if survivors can peek around corners with their camera, then the killers can also do it. If a killer's in a good spot and the survivors aren't paying attention, they're gonna run right into somebody. So wow, I'm impressed, you guys. It's not coming until 2023, but it looks like they are bringing it out on PS4 and PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series, and PC. Holy shit. I think Gun Media is bringing it back hard, you guys. And this gameplay, I can't wait for them to start talking more about it. I can already just see by this trailer that I think a lot of people are going to get something very special and be able to experience a roller coaster ride in that haunted house experience over and over and over again, as long as Gunn pulls through with the gameplay. But from what I've seen already here in these trailers, they're on such a right track. And you guys know me, I don't just say that. I mean, you can watch this and tell that this seems to be something special. Especially for those of us that have been waiting for what, like 7 years since the asymmetrical idea has been brought into the world. This is looking good. I'm really excited for it. I'm waiting patiently. Holy shit, I'm going to cover everything that happens with this game. You guys know I'll be all over it. Thanks for stopping by for this video. Don't want to ramble on any longer. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hey, Johnny, you ever take pictures of it when you're done? I do. It's real fun.